I tried to reset my life, then froze again. You told yourself. Today was the day. Not out loud, just quietly, staring at the ceiling. You were going to reset, clean the room, reply to messages, fix your sleep, stop avoiding that one thing. For a moment, it felt possible. So you sat up, looked around. The same mess, the same silence, waiting. You reached for your phone, without thinking. Minutes passed, then more, and suddenly, the day felt harder to start. So you said, later, after breakfast, after one more scroll. But you weren't resting, just sitting there, half awake, half guilty. The reset started to feel heavy, not like a fresh start, but a test. So you made it smaller. Just stand up, just start. But even that felt far away. You knew what to do. That wasn't the problem. The problem was, you didn't move. From the outside, it looks simple, but inside, it feels like a door you can't open. So you make a plan. Wake up early, be better, no excuses. For a second, it feels safe. Then it just sits there, and you stare at it, like it belongs to someone else, someone who doesn't keep starting over. The shame isn't loud, just quiet enough to stay. You've done this before, same promises, same feeling. So instead of starting, you think about all the versions of you that almost changed. And maybe that's what hurts, not failing once, but watching it repeat. So when it's time to reset, you freeze, not because you don't care, but because caring feels risky. Trying means you might stop again. So your mind chooses the safer pain, the one you know, the unfinished room, the unread message. At least is familiar, and maybe that's the loop. You don't avoid change because you're lazy. You avoid it because it asks you to believe again. And some days, that's too much. So you sit there, not moving, not quitting, just stuck between who you are and who you're not sure you can be. Nobody sees that part, just the delay, the silence, but not the argument. Inside you, get up. What if it doesn't last? Try. What if you end up here again? So you wait. The day gets quieter, light moves, but you don't. And you call it wasted. But maybe it wasn't. Maybe you spent the day at the edge of something too heavy to name. Maybe the freeze was fear. Fear of trying again. Fear of failing again. Fear that even your best won't feel like enough. So the reset felt impossible because it wasn't just the room, it was everything. So maybe tonight, you don't need a new life. Maybe that's too much. Maybe you just notice the moment you usually disappear, the second before you scroll, the pause before you avoid. Just notice it. You're not broken because you froze. You're just tired of starting again. And maybe, for now, that's enough to see. The room is still messy. The plan is still there, but something shifted. You stopped pretending. This is just discipline. You breathe. Not fixed, not changed, just here, a little more honest with yourself.